Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Wednesday, January 26, 2022. Let's take a look at the Forex calendar first. The data published today were kind of less important than usual. During the overnight session we don't have any good market movers, but there's a reason for it, and the reason is that we are waiting for the New York session today. All of the investors await the, of course, the key meeting of the week, the FOMC rate decision, FOMC statement, and press conference. Those events are scheduled for release at 8 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. But before we get to this events, we have one more interesting data release. Overnight rate from Canada is scheduled for release at 4 p.m. together with Bank of Canada rate statement and monetary policy report. 1 hour after this data, we got the Bank of Canada press conference. Overnight rate in Canada is expected to stay at the level of 0.25%, and the rate, interest rate in the US is expected to stay at the same very level, 0.25%. Any hike during today's interest rate decision will be very bullish for US dollar, because most of the market participants will buy cheaper US dollar now than more expensive US dollar later. So that might be the first way of thinking about the current situation in the US, so please be aware of this kind of a scenario. 8 o'clock FOMC interest rate decision, 4 o'clock Bank of Canada overnight rate. So let's take a look at the US dollar first. The US dollar index at the daily time frame chart has been moving up all week long. It bounced from the level of 61%, 94.65. As you can see, we got a very nice bullish engulfing pattern here, like in the middle of the channel as well. There was technical support located at 94.71 that helped the bounce. We broke into the upper half of the channel. A recent high was made at 96.24, and to be honest, the bulls behave like they want to trade even higher. They want to attack or test 96.92 or at least 96.51. The momentum, as you can see, has broken above the neutral level of 50. Currently the momentum is positive. It's kind of a strong, not very much strong, but it is strong, 54 points. And of course, after the interest rate decision, we might see even stronger momentum on the US dollar, as I said, targeting those two levels and above. What is going on the Canadian dollar? Let's take a look as well. On the other hand, the Canadian dollar is doing exactly what we expected to do. We bounced towards 1.2806, as you can see, and then we retraced even lower towards 1.2493, just according to the scenario. This is kind of an important technical support because it's been pierced 4 times. We got this set of pin bars here, just at the low of the level of 1.2452, After a few days of the consolidation, we have, of course, a breakout to the upside towards the recent high made at 1.2701. And right now we are waiting for the Bank of Canada interest rate decision. As you can see, when we put the Fibonacci retracement tool on our chart, from up to down, we can see that recently on the daily time frame chart, Canadian dollar retraced 50% of the last wave down. So we can move our technical support towards the recent low, and we can move our technical resistance to the recent swing high. Of course, we need to wait right now for the interest rate decision to show the direction. If there's any hike, then of course market participants will sell US dollar and buy Canadian dollar, but the price action might not be that obvious, because as we know, in the matter of hours we got another interest rate decision from the FOMC, as we spoke about it. So we might have a mixed reaction today on the US dollar and the Canadian dollar. So please be very careful trading this event. However, it creates a good opportunity for all of the investors, for all of the traders as well. So as I assume, it will be hard to miss anyway. So that's the US dollar to the Canadian dollar. Let's take a look at the last pair, euro dollar. Euro dollar, as you can see, has broken below the local trend line after a failed attempt to rally out of the channel. The market is moving, the market keeps moving inside of the channel, but below the technical line, which is a trend line. The recent low was made around the level of 1.1289, just little bit lower than 1.1273 is, which is technical support. Now we are testing the channel. If the test fail, the euro will be sold and the US dollar will be bought. As I said a few minutes ago, that might be the reaction for the interest rate hike, or a very hawkish tone of the Fed in the comments or in the during the press conference. So please keep an eye on the FOMC interest rate decision, monetary policy report, and press conference, because this is the key event of the week, if not even the month, basically. So the US dollar, euro to the US dollar might drop to 1.1225 and 1.1167 easily, with no problems here. And last but not least, S&P 500. S&P 500 index is not going up. S&P 500 index has bounced from the technical support, 4,300 points, 4,267, 4,234. Yesterday, typical indecision candle. We went up, we went down, we closed when we almost started. So clearly, investors are waiting for the FOMC today. They don't want to make any moves before this event, and as you can see, today's volatility is almost zero, because there are still plenty of hours to the FOMC meeting later on. From the bigger perspective, as you know, we are still in the uptrend, and technical supports are, as I said, 4,300 towards 4,234. The nearest technical resistance, 4,488. The market conditions are extremely oversold. Last time it was seen a few hours ago, this kind of the oversold. So this particular index and the stocks that are included in the S&P 500 are being seen as a very attractive to buy. Why? Because market conditions are very oversold. This is extremely oversold market, so some stocks might be cheap, and few of the investors might consider buying them. So please don't be surprised if we bounce towards 4,488 before we will reverse and eventually continue the correction, and that would be the biggest correction in years on the S&P 500. If the Fed rhetoric is still the same as it was for so many years, then of course we should expect the market to come back towards the recent all-time high very, very quickly and break it towards the new all-time high. Next target, of course, for bulls is at the round level of 5,000 points. That's everything for me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. So take care and bye bye.